Hello, Music and Friends fans. Welcome to episode 43. My name is Emily Villano. This is Atima Polka, and today we are featuring Carnage, the Executioner. Carnage is a awesome musician, MC, beatboxer, and teaching artist here in the Twin Cities, and we are so glad that he could join us today for this short little interview.
Yes, we are very lucky to have Carnage here today. So we are going to ask him a couple of questions just to get to know him more as an artist and what he does. And so the first question I would like to ask you, Carnage, is how long have you been doing this, and what got you started into like beatboxing and rapping?
I don't know if it's appropriate to like put years on it, because I would say I've been doing it as long as I could understand what music was. When I first heard my first piece of music, I knew I wanted to do something with music, so I would imitate drum sounds with wooden spoons and make beat sounds any way I could. And then I wanted to be a DJ, but I was too poor to afford turntables. So then beatboxing came around, and I started teaching myself how to beatbox. And then shortly after that, I started teaching myself how to rap. So I could put the years in there, like what age I was, but I think it starts, if you're an artist, it starts when you first understand what music is. If you're a music artist, you're already formulating a plan on how to execute. You just don't even know it yet. So that's what I would say. Did you ask me what motivated me to get started? Was that part of it too? Well, with beatboxing, I heard a group called Fat Boys, and the main guy, well, he wasn't the main guy, but he was the one who stole all the attention. He was Buff Love, the human beatbox. And when I heard him, I heard that, I was just like, oh my goodness, this is what I was completely done. So I started teaching myself how to beatbox. And I would say I probably could do just about everything he could do by the time I was 12, and I started doing it at about 8 or 9. And then I started teaching myself how to rap shortly after that, probably around 12 or 13. So after I heard Public Enemy, It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back album, I was like, okay, I'm going to be a rapper now too. So that's it.
All right. Awesome.
Another question for you. What is your next project? Like, what are you excited about? What's coming next for you? What can we point our fans to on our website as far as where they can see you next?
I don't have a show booked in the cities right now. I just did a couple in a row. I had 3 shows yesterday, so yeah, I'm gonna take a little break from Minnesota shows for a little bit, Minneapolis shows. My current project is the Minnesota Mean Movement. The album I'm working on right now, which is about 80% done, that's gonna come out next year. Tentatively called Ravenous right now. That might change, but I'm feeling that right now. Like I said, I'm about 80% done with that. I have a tour coming up next month where I'm going to do the West Coast. Got about 11 or 12 dates on the West Coast. I'm currently doing the Minnesota Mean Movement Tour Part 2 also. I did a run already when the album first dropped, and it was a success, so I was like, let's do a Part 2. And this is going well too, so I'm going to do a Part 3. And I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it do what it do, because people are really feeling the Minnesota Mean Movement right now. So when you got a wave, you got to ride it and see what happens, and then prepare for the next one. I also have a DVD coming out. A friend of mine from History Repeats Productions is putting together a video for me, a documentary of sorts. So he's been going around following me and hanging out with me for the last 6 months, and he's chronicled everything I've been doing. And when I do those 3 and 4 shows a day, he's there. He's getting them, and he's putting together something real nice for me. So there will be an autobiographical DVD coming out of me pretty soon, about me pretty soon too. So yeah, that's one of the many projects I'm excited about coming up.
And don't worry, you guys don't have to have these memorized. We will have all the links down below. But the last question that I want to ask Terrell, because we were talking about this earlier, was touring by yourself as an independent artist and getting your own stuff, going original, getting that stuff started versus just joining a band and kind of jumping on somebody else's wave.
I would say you have to be self-sufficient, first of all. If you want to tour and you want to, really be successful and make sure that things get done the way you want them to do, sometimes you got to do them yourself. And then when you get to a point where you feel like, hey, I can bring some people in to help me out, or to hop on my thing, or maybe I can spread myself out into some other organization to start building with that. I would say start doing that there, but it's really important to be self-sufficient first and foremost, because you never know what other people are going to do. You don't even always know what you're going to do. So if you join a crew with somebody and then all of a sudden they start acting up, and then you got a whole project with this group, you got a whole album with them, and then they want to leave, and then they want to take their half or their part of the project, then you're SOL. So for me, I started doing solo stuff because I worked with some people who I felt like they thought they were bigger than the whole. They thought they were bigger than the whole project itself. And no disrespect to anybody, but I'm just as creative, if not more creative, by myself, because I don't have any boundaries. I don't have anybody to tell me, nah, that ain't cool. I can go and do something and make a mistake and then learn from it, or do it with somebody and then make a mistake and get yelled at, or you know what I'm saying? So there's just, I would say, be self-sufficient first, and then spread yourself out to work with other group members and other organizations and factions. But first and foremost, be strong on your own. Hope I answered that correctly.
Yeah, no, you did. That was perfect. Thank you. Well, we're going to end things. Make sure, thank you for watching this episode of Music and Friends. But before we end things, we're going to have Terrell do a little bit of some freestyle for us. Show us what all these pedals can do.
Okay. Let's see. First, we're going to start with this Boss RC20 Loop Station XL. So I'm going to layer that. So we got that going right there. Drop the organ pedal. That's the organ pedal, the B9. This is the effects pedal right here. Then I got my bass octave pedal. Then I got my bass synth pedal right here. Then I can bend the sound with my low pass filter. And those are the main ones. That's pretty much what I do. I kind of play around with everything, make everything work together. Even though each one is fully capable of operating on its own, I got them all running through each other so they can interact with each other like a group.
Like a group. That's awesome.
But when they get mad at each other, they can
disconnect.
one
Boom.
can work by itself. That's how you should be.
Nice. Awesome. Thanks, Terrell.
Thank you. Thanks to Carnage the Executioner.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Much
Carnage
appreciated.
the Executioner. Thank you very much.
www.carnagetheexecutioner.com on Twitter. Carnage XXL. That's XXXL. Instagram, Carnage the Executioner, and yeah, peace.